Hey everybody, what's going on? Juan here, back with another unboxing video. Hopefully this one will go much better than my previous one because you took a look at it, you saw that I got myself a used PlayStation 2 that initially did not work, but after multiple cleaning attempts, actually got it working. It's functional right now. I actually ordered a brand new lens for it, so I will definitely be videoing my chronicles once I get to repair that. But with this box, what's going on here? Before I actually open it, I traded in my PS Vita. I wasn't using it for a while, and I traded it in to this website called eStarland.com. No, this is not a sponsored video, but they have pretty good trade-in value. So I actually ended up getting around $145 between the Vita, the memory card, and about 4 games. So what I did is that instead of getting some of the best games of all time, this is a box of purposely bad games, although purposely is, I guess, relative. So I've actually purchased games from them in the past, which is what led to me wanting to get yet more used games because they came in really, really good quality. So the first thing that's in this box is a PS2 memory card. So I actually only had one, and one thing that I noticed thanks to that PS2 unboxing video is that mine is a little faulty. So this is a used one, so let me just open it up quickly to show you. They usually shrink wrap most things, so they end up being in really, really good quality. I'm not gonna tell you what's in the box, you're just gonna find out, but this box is full. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek, okay? I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. Okay, that's too much preview, that's too much cake, I gave you a little bit of a sample. So first up, what do we have here? Let's continue building up that wrestling game collection with AAA Lucha Libre Héroes del Ring. So this is apparently not that great of a wrestling game, but as you can see, even though it's used, they shrink wrap everything. So this may be a lengthy video because I want to make sure I open up everything so you see. It's not just about getting used games, it's about the condition in which these games are in. Because when you go to their website, you actually have a tiered system, so you can buy a used game that's either complete or missing a manual or missing the box. Some games obviously don't give you all the options, specifically N64, but if you look at this, you can't even tell that this is used. It's even got this little thing for a game that definitely came out a while ago. Take a look at the background here, just really good quality. This game's also available for the PS3. Hey, there I am. So if you look right now, you can see me crystal clear, which means that this disc doesn't really have any scratches, and this back is pretty awesome. See what's next here? This is a game that I deeply regretted trading in, and I was happy to see that they had it for a really good price. Amplitude, if you're a fan of Rock Band, Guitar Hero, Amplitude and Frequency, which I also got, so I'll show you that very soon once I get that out of the package. These are rail games. This actually became a Kickstarter game recently for the PS4, but it was not well received because the music wasn't licensed, so it wasn't nearly as fun. This has like a tiny scratch here, but it's really, really minuscule. But as you can see, I want to sort of start collecting not all the games, but the games that really meant to me. They meant something to me while I was growing up, and this is definitely there. Same thing with this one right here. So we have Frequency, and this is the first one. So Amplitude was a sequel to this game. I actually never played the full version of this game. I could have sworn I did, but once I took at the listing of the different tracks and songs and all that stuff, I realized that I had only played the demo. So you see it has Paul Oakenhold, the Jungle Bros, Power Man 5000. It's got a couple of bands there, and let's just take a look back here. So you can see this is actually a CD, not a DVD. And from what I can see, and from what you can see, you can even see the webcam clearly, letting you know that this looks pretty damn good. Same thing with the manual. Oh, I'm really happy about this. Check it out. Not only did I get Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 for like less than $5, it's not greatest hits. Personally, I prefer Black Label games. They just look cooler. I remember getting the Green Label greatest hits games for the PS1, and the actual discs look different. Not so much for the PS2, but the PS1 definitely went through that. So here it is, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. This is one that I got because Nicole's a really big fan of it and wanted to replay it. This came out on multiple consoles and is really, one of the crown jewels of the Tony Hawk's franchise, so I'm really happy to have this. And by the way, with all the games that I'm showing you, if there's anything you would like me to play on the channel, definitely let me know in the comments. This one right here, Killswitch. I played the demo, and I believe I rented it one time. The reason why I wanted to get this one is because it has a historical purpose, where this is a cover shooter before cover shooters became like a normal thing in games, before Gears of War, before all of that. As you can see, this came out for the PS2. I believe it also came out for the Xbox. Now this one, when I saw it on the website, yeah, it did state that it didn't have a manual, but honestly, as long as it has the box, I'm pretty happy about that. And per tradition, if you look at this, as long as you can see the webcam fine, you know that we're doing pretty good. So this is one that I'll definitely be showcasing on the channel on some form down the line. And now we go from one historical game to another with Triggerman, but not for necessarily good reasons. I got this one for like less than $3 used, if I'm not mistaken. You can still buy new copies of this game for whatever reason. The reason why I got this one, and yes, I am fully aware of this is one of the lowest rated PS2 games of all time. So I figured, you know, I really got to check out why this is apparently rated so poorly. So this is actually a disc-based game. I took a look at maybe 30 seconds of footage. I didn't want to get a lot of context about this game. And the disc, it is in good condition, probably because they played it for about 30 seconds before trading it in. So you can take a look at that right there. By the way, the trade-in process with this website was super easy. I just shipped out a box, and I got my credit, so not bad. And this right here, Agent Under Fire, you know, GoldenEye N64 is one of my favorite games of all time. And this is a GoldenEye or a James Bond game. I'm used to saying GoldenEye, that I know a lot of people enjoyed. And seriously, I love the fact that even though these are used games, I get to open these up like this. I think that's like half the fun of getting new games. So even if you get something used here, you still get that experience. So take a look at the box. It is in tip-top shape. This is greatest hits, so that kind of sucks, and you don't get to choose. But something that's cool is that while the store is open, you can actually chat with people live, like with their actual staff. So you can clarify, you know, you can actually ask them, hey, you know, do you have a black label version of this game or not? And you can have them separate that. So that's something that I truly, truly do appreciate. Yet another game to add to my collection, because my backlog is not large enough. Now, I was going to leave this last, but because I'm talking about PS2 games, I'm just going to throw this on the screen right now, okay? Going to throw it on right here, and I hope that you don't hate me for doing this. Just going to leave that there. Just take a look at that. Yes, this is not a shipping error. Actually got myself Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 licensed to drive. Okay, I just realized this says real games for real girls. So this is made for me. I feel like every now and then you gotta open up. You gotta experience a different kind of game, and I get to do that with Mary-Kate and Ashley. This came out when? In 2002. So take a look at the back there. Get ready for the sweetest birthday bash ever. Let's take a look at the disc. This is a CD game, not surprised because there's probably only about 50 megabytes of actual data in this. And I'm also not surprised that the disc condition is basically new. This is from Club Acclaim. So Acclaim, I guess, had a division just made for torturing people. And this is like the main game that they made from that. So with that, let's go to the one and only GameCube game I got, and this is 18-Wheeler American Pro Trucker. So maybe you didn't play this. This is also from Acclaim, by the way. Maybe you didn't play this at home, but you probably saw this at a Timeout arcade or something like that. This is like, if you're not a fan of Crazy Taxi, because that's too fast, you can play this game. And I'm definitely going to play this as well on the channel, where, you know, you drive different distances. And this is, I don't remember exactly how the game played, and yeah, no manual either. This one's got a couple of nicks, but seriously nothing to complain about as long as the game is functional. I'm very happy with that. Now this one's going to seem out of left field because it's probably a good game. This is Final Fantasy Tactics A2 Grimoire of the Rift for the Nintendo DS. So Final Fantasy Tactics for the PS1 is one of my favorite games of all time, but then I ended up getting the Game Boy Advance game, and I was really disappointed because, by the way, look at all this paper here. Oh, look at that. Because the tone and the story changed dramatically. And I've actually never played this one just because I was so disappointed by the previous one. but I saw that they had this, and I like to sort of build a Final Fantasy Tactics collection just because I love that first game so damn much. So they didn't have the Game Boy Advance version in cart because, you know, those cases are super expensive to get. But because there was one for the DS, I figured, you know what? Why not get it? So excellent build, excellent quality, hopefully an excellent game that I can play on the go with my 3DS. And now we're down to PS1 games. So first up we have Mission Impossible. Expect the impossible. So this is obviously based on the movie. I actually played the N64 version of this, and this may become a little bit more challenging to open without scratching the jewel case, but I honestly don't remember if this is a good game or not. I just remembered I love the fact that you could, you know, disguise yourself in a world where people love to play the Hitman games. This is something that I'm really looking forward to going back to. Maybe I only last about 5 minutes because, well, this game is maybe not that great, but you know what? Let's take a shot. Jet Moto 2. This one, I remember playing the demo on a jam pack disc on the PlayStation Underground stuff, which I wish I could collect those discs, especially the one that I believe had like a Metal Gear Solid demo. If any of you collect those, I'd love to know, like, what do you think about that now? Especially because sometimes the games end up changing in the final release. But man, this is really, really good quality. Take a look at that. Take a look at the back part. 3D racing like never before. Now when we open it, once again, you get 9 new downhill tracks and cool borders too. Got to pre-order that game very soon. The game is in excellent condition. I think at this point we almost don't even need to bother looking at the back here. I really appreciate games that have like this back art. I think it's always super cool to see that stuff. So yet another game to check out on the PS1. And sort of similar, we have 2 Extremes. So now this one is greatest hits, but I'm kind of okay with it. This is a game that I remember playing. I was recently taking a look at a GameSack video on YouTube, one of my favorite video game YouTube channels. They had this game featured, or I forget which version, but it's too extreme, and it's not too extreme for me. So just gonna take a look at this. Ollie method air sketching tweaked boned. Somebody actually got paid to write that. So you can play this multiplayer. Oh, the game is on the loose, but it's good. It's got a slight circular scratch somewhere around here, but seriously, it's nothing too bad. It probably works just fine. Check this out. Look for these classic greatest hits titles. We have Twisted Metal, Crash Bandicoot, Jet Moto 1, and Game Day 97. Damn. This came out when? This came out in 1997. So now we're down to 3 games for the PS1, 3 wrestling games as a matter of fact, and this is WCW Backstage Assault. I actually own this for the N64, but for whatever reason, the cartridge does not work. It doesn't load. It's a really bad game, and I can't seem to open this, so give me a quick second, but yeah, there we go. It's a really bad game. It's a wrestling game where you don't wrestle inside the ring, hence the title, Backstage Assault. So no holds barred wrestling. This is also like no good game wrestling because this is a terrible wrestling game with terrible graphics. Wow. Holy crap. What's in here? Whoa. You see little previews for NASCAR, NCAA, FIFA, Knockout Kings, Tiger Woods. And wow. This has everything in it. This is like a little trip down memory lane overall. Brand new. Take it outside. I'm gonna take it outside and then smash it to bits once I play it, probably. Really cheap title. Interested at some point in showcasing it on the channel to torture myself. Another wrestling game. This is WWF Attitude. As you can see, it got chipped here, but I got a couple of jewel cases that I can replace it with. And it could have cracked during the shipment. These cases are always super fragile, so I think it's understandable if not all of them, arrive in perfect condition. Considering how many games ended up being in excellent quality, this is one that I'm perfectly okay with if it's not, a great build. So let's take a look here. We have WWF Attitude. This is Acclaim Sports here on the back. Yeah, this case has definitely seen experience. Wow, look at this back here. South Park, Shadow Man, Revolt, WWF Attitude. Look for these Acclaim games. So disc quality is great. Definitely got to change the jewel case. WWF Attitude has the most features and fiercest gameplay of any wrestling game. Game Pro. And last but not least, and very much related because it's by the same people, we have WWF Warzone. So these games have a couple more features, if I'm not mistaken, than their N64 counterparts, which I do own all 3 of. It's just more accessible for me to play and be able to record with the Elgato with the PS1 game, so that's why I wanted to end up getting these ones. So Jeremy McGrath again. What's up with that? We have Stone Cold Steve Austin just telling you to, like, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. On the back, it looks excellent. Oh, wow. Take a look at this. Look for these acclaimed games. We have WWF Warzone, Batman and Robin. They actually promote that piece of crap, Batman and Robin. Forsaken, man, wow. I forgot about that game. X-Men Children of the Atom. That is the fighting game that also came out on the arcade. That is awesome. I really enjoy playing that. Not big of a fighting game fan. And you want to talk about a boring back cover for a game. Take a look at this. It's just nothing. It's just a lot of nothing. So non-game related, but this is also part of the package. I actually got this AV cable for my Dreamcast. Because I have a Dreamcast, I actually have 2 controllers for it. I have a couple of games, but I did not have the video cable. So this cost me around $450 used, but so you can tell it's an excellent quality. And this you can pretty much get for everything. This is like the universal, power cable that you can use for damn near any electronic device, but I just wanted to have another one also for the Dreamcast. So this is a horrible way to showcase them, but these are all the games that I got, plus the cables, and you're probably asking yourself, how much did this all cost me, even though it was all via trade-in? The total came to $116.72, but look at how many games I got, and it's not just about getting the games, but the actual quality of all of these, especially this one. I love this game so much, I cannot wait to play it. So you be the judge. If you're looking to buy used games online, build up your gaming collection, and you don't want to rely on websites like eBay, I strongly believe that eStarland is a really good option. They actually have a lot of pre-owned games that arrive every day. You can just hit pre-own and look at the recently added. That's why I found a couple of the games that I have here right now. I still have about $30 in credit that I still need to spend. So I'm looking forward to, getting a couple of the wrestling games that I'm missing. I actually want to get a Game Boy player for a Gamecube eventually, but that costs a little bit, with the CD that it needs to actually function. So with all of the games that you've seen here, take a look at all of this right now, especially this. Seriously, I can't stress this enough. Is there a game from this collection that you would like me to play on the channel? If so, definitely let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this unboxing video, which did not go nearly as bad as that PS2 unboxing video, give me a thumbs up, give me an upvote, subscribe, follow the channel, stay tuned to all of the videos that I have coming up. Actually, I have something related to some GameCube games, because the GameCube is highly underrated. It's got some classic titles that also came out on other consoles, but there's something nice about that clicky GameCube controller, so I definitely want to do that. If you have any other recommendations as a whole for a genre, a specific console that you would like me to cover and play some games of, great games, terrible games, as you can see here, from this to this to this to this to this, I'm open to play most, if not any genre, as long as there's some kind of enjoyment value to it. So thank you for watching, and this unboxing journey has concluded, but oh ho ho folks, the epic journey, it's only just begun.